breaking news. Justin Baldoni versus New York Times case. Update. Is he set to lose all defamation claims against all parties? Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to today's legal circus, where lawsuits, PR nightmares, and legal acrobatics collide. I'm your host, and today, we're diving headfirst into what might be the messiest, most baffling legal showdown of the year. Yes, folks, we're talking about the absolute train wreck that is Baldoni versus the entire entertainment industry. Yesterday, the Wayfarer Parties made a shocking move. They refused to file motions to dismiss any of the Blake Lively claims or those of her defendants. That's right, no dismissal, no fight, just vibes. What does that mean? Oh, we're getting into it. And then there's Brian Friedman. Oh, Brian. If legal strategy were a sport, Friedman would be that guy dribbling the basketball in the wrong direction, while his own teammates facepalm on the sidelines. Because listen, Friedman needs to immediately oppose two major motions in court. These motions are set to dismiss or amend his complaint. And guess what? Deadlines are rolling in fast. If he doesn't file cases against Leslie Sloan, and the New York Times will vanish into thin air. Poof, gone. No more defamation claims against Blake Lively and Ryan Reynolds, either. And why? Because you need a published statement to sue someone for defamation. Ryan Reynolds, not even part of the original complaint. The man was just trying to live his best aviation, gin-sponsored life. And now he's in this mess for no reason. And if you think that's bad, hold on to your legal briefs. Because Friedman is out here representing both the PR reps Melissa Nathan and Jennifer Abel, while simultaneously handling Baldoni's defense. Conflict of interest, anyone. I mean, this is the kind of thing they teach you to avoid in Lawyering 101. It's like deciding to be both the judge and the defendant in your own trial. It just doesn't work. Now, let's take a quick reality check. Brian Friedman is juggling 4 motions to dismiss right now against Leslie Sloan, the New York Times, Blake Lively, and Ryan Reynolds again. Why? And get this, the same group pleading issue is likely going to apply across the board. Translation. This whole thing is looking shakier than a Jenga tower in an earthquake. Let's talk strategy, or lack thereof. If you're going to build a defamation case, you at least have to make it look good on paper. But Friedman's filings, oh boy, they're incoherent, riddled with speculation, short on actual case law, and loaded with TikTok theories. TikTok, really, in a legal filing, that's like showing up to the Supreme Court and citing a Reddit thread as your primary source. And let's be real, Blake Lively's lawyers knew what they were doing when they filed their complaint. It was a well-structured PR move, but at least it was technically solid. Meanwhile, Friedman is out here throwing spaghetti at the wall and hoping something sticks. Now, there's another angle to all of this. Some people are starting to think that Friedman's real goal isn't even to win in court. Instead, he's setting the stage for a public takedown of the judiciary. If this lawsuit flops, and trust me, it's looking very flop-adjacent, he's got a preloaded narrative. The judge is corrupt. It's all a conspiracy. The system is rigged against us. Cue Candace Owens and Megyn Kelly jumping in with takes on judicial bias and political interference. The same playbook we've seen before, just with a fresh coat of lawsuit drama. And listen, I'm not saying I could do a better job than Friedman, but if you gave me a weekend, a couple of espressos, and a strong Wi-Fi connection, I might just be able to file something more coherent than his latest round of legal spaghetti. But the real MVP in all of this, Judge Lemon, I genuinely feel bad for the guy. He's out here reading hundreds of pages of Baldoni's PR narrative nonsense, as though he were reading cheap tabloids that have nothing to do with the actual claims. In this case, if I were him, I'd be one more motion away from throwing my gavel out the window. Which brings us to the burning question. Does Judge Lemon even have to approve another amended complaint? Wayfarer already got one automatic approval. But at some point, even the courts have to say, enough is enough. How many times can you rewrite a lawsuit before a judge just tells you to get your act together or go home? And that's where we'll leave it for today, folks. But I want to hear from you, if any actual lawyers are listening. And I know some of you are lurking out there. What's your take? Is Friedman just bad at this? Or is this some kind of next level strategy that I'm not seeing? Drop your thoughts in the comments. And don't forget to subscribe. We'll be back soon with more legal chaos, courtroom comedy, and the ongoing implosion of Baldoni's lawsuit. Until then, stay sane, stay skeptical, and for the love of all things legal, don't cite TikTok in your court filings.